The Beatdown Podcast is back from the UFC 205 hangover.
What up, sexy bitches?
Sexy bitches, everyone. Is everyone a sexy bitch?
Man, they can't all be good looking, but they're all sexy to me.
All right.
I love the people.
You love the people? You're a man of the people?
I love the 15 people that listen to us.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I love all my family.
They come back, yeah. What's up, man? What a fucking crazy weekend.
Crazy weekend, man.
A lot of fights coming up this weekend, too.
How about them Cowboys?
How about
Dallas
them
Cowboys representing.
Dude, running it in 19 seconds. Zeke was like, nah, bro, I got this.
Yeah, he got it.
He's like, let's just get a field goal. Hey, everyone calm down. Well, shit, just announced, man, Romo today, because we're doing this on Tuesday, so Romo just announced, man, he's like, I'm taking a back seat, brother.
You don't have to. I don't know if you saw the clip from the game, but he was there was like they panned in after Dak Prescott made the last touchdown or whatever.
Yeah.
And they zoom in on Tony and you can read his lips and he says it's his time.
It's his time.
And
really? He said
smiling. That? Yeah. Well, that's what it looks like reading his lips. It looks like he says it's his time.
You can't take it away from him, man. Not with an 8-game win streak, man. You can't take it away from him.
But Tony
like
Romo right now has a Michael Jordan crying
the
crying meme
crying
heart.
Jordan meme. Yeah.
That's his heart right now.
Dude, he should be a coach, man. He should be like a QB coach.
Oh yeah, he'd be awesome.
They should just pay him.
He'll always have a job.
Yeah.
You know?
Does he trade him?
No.
I hope he do. I hope they don't trade him.
I don't think you let one of your franchise quarterbacks go like that.
Yeah.
Dude, where's he going to go? To the Browns? Or the Jets?
That's where James really go to die.
That's where quarterbacks specifically go to die.
Yeah.
Don't believe me? Hold on, let me get a list of all the 8 quarterbacks
you want a list of
from this year that have quarterback for the Browns.
What do you think? Is it a curse over there at the Cleveland Browns? What the fuck's going on over there, man?
I think it's shitty management. I think that they keep investing all these top picks into your quarterbacks and your running backs and stuff like that, but you ain't got no fucking line.
Yeah.
What the hell are you going to do without a good line? Nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can put the best quarterback. You've had like the number 1 pick like 10 years in a row. For sure invest in the line.
Yeah.
But they don't do it.
And I think getting a decent quarterback, then picking up a good offensive line, it's going to be what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm not that invested in football. Definitely don't give a shit about the Browns and what they fucking doing. But the Cowboys are now 8-0. We're number 1 in the league now.
8-1.
Yeah, 8-1. My bad. I'm thinking who's 8? Who's 1-8?
Well, the Cleveland Browns are 0-9.
I think the Niners are 1-8. I think
or 0-10. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're fucking retarded.
It's horrible. That's worse
Cowboys
than my boy.
number
That's
1.
Worse than my boy Gabe Amaya and his fantasy football team. Shout out to the King Gabe.
Shout out to Gabe. Yeah, dude, they got Cowboys now number 1 in the NFL.
Yep.
We got the Seahawks behind us, and then the Patriots. So we taking on the Ravens this weekend.
And you can't forget about the Oakland Raiders are up there as well.
Yeah, I think they're 7. I think
like
they're
7-2 or some shit.
Just like so.
And then they got an easy ass matchup versus the Houston Texans next week on Monday night. Shout out to my boy Gabe because he's gonna be repping Houston Texans again.
The Houston Texans.
Fuck them.
I don't give a shit about the Houston Texans.
Osweiler.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't know if you noticed if you've been living under a rock, but we got a new president, baby.
Oh,
we got a new president.
He's here, right here.
Donald Trump, you're in the house, man.
President-elect Trump, come over here. Yes, it's good to be here. Yes, it's fabulous. Marco, they told me you had little Marco. You're little Marco now. They told me you had some questions for me, and I will answer them right now.
Trump, man, how does it feel? How does it feel to be that long-running election year? It's been crazy. How you feeling?
It's been incredible. I tell you, the people came out in mass forces, but we went ahead and we took crooked Hillary down.
Yeah, we did.
So,
how do you feel about all these people protesting? Your election.
I say, that's one of the beautiful things about this country is that people can protest. But I just ask them, please don't tear up property. It's not fair. It's not fair for the American people.
Yeah.
Taxpayers, I have to pay that.
Portland, man. Portland's looking bad out there.
But hey, man, in all seriousness, these Democrats, they don't care about.
Hey, hold on.
Don't give a shit. Real quick, 2 weeks ago, they were screaming, love Trump's hate. Trump incites violence.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
dude, have you heard?
Fuck that, out the
window.
window.
Have you heard about this fucking? I haven't seen it. I don't even want to look at it, honestly. There's a tweet going around. There's a hashtag. You're not a big Twitter guy, but on Twitter there's trending hashtags, and one of the trending hashtags, hashtag rape Melania. Rape Melania. That means Trump's wife.
Melania.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
rape Melania.
That's crazy.
Like, are you kidding me? This is coming from the. You're supposed to liberal, progressive.
No, they're
love trumps everybody. No violence, feminist, anti-rape culture. But you're saying so they're putting out hashtag rape Melania. Go fuck yourself, dude. Seriously.
We'll probably lose 8 listeners off this, but that's what you get, dude. Whenever this meme right here says it all. It says, "I'm a tolerant liberal. Agree with me or else you are racist, sexist, homophobic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, inbred redneck, Bible thumping, NASCAR loving, gun toting, America loving bigot." That sums it up. If they don't get their way, now they're throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, it literally is like a temper tantrum.
Hey, didn't you listen to the president? Don't boo. Vote. They didn't vote.
I don't know how they got the statistic out, but apparently like 50% of the Portland rioters, really protesters / rioters, didn't even vote.
Yeah.
So how the hell can you have anything to say about anything if you're not going out there and vote?
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. Look at his bitch ass.
Yeah. Fuck Colin Kaepernick. He can go suck my dick, dude. Oh, I'll put it on the air right now. Easy. He's worth way more money than me.
Big old Gonzo nose.
Gonzo nose, man. He'll get in the way. Dude, fuck Colin Kaepernick. Stephen A. roasted him on First Take. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That was pretty inspirational. But yeah, man, I think people forget that regardless of whatever party you voted for, we're still a nation. We're on one team. You know what I mean? So we should all be supportive and definitely don't pray for or wish that this president fails, because that means our nation fails.
Exactly.
Why the hell would you want? I can't wait till everyone regrets. People are tweeting, I can't wait till everyone regrets voting for Trump.
How about all
dude? How about no? How about you support everyone's decision and let's move on forward with the country?
How about all those celebrities before then? They're like, I'm gonna move to Canada if Hillary doesn't win. Hey, bitch. You better move.
Let's get that house. Better move. Let's get that house. So I got a real estate agent guy.
I'm sure we can get U-Haul to go across borders. Yeah. So
it's funny because the actual border policies that Canada implements, that are very, by the way, they're very strict. Yeah. Are pretty much the same kind of guidelines that Trump wants to do. You know what I mean? If you're a criminal, if you have a DWI, you can't get into Canada.
Yeah,
and that should be verbatim for any kind of country. If you think about what's it called, Australia. If you don't make a certain amount of money, hey bitch, you can't be here. We're trying to get some shit done over here. If you don't make at least $30,000 a year, you can go fuck yourself. What's so different about having those kind of policies here in the United States? If you're a criminal, if you have any running with the law, then you can become a citizen here. We don't want criminals. We want hard, honest working people.
That's right.
And I don't understand why people don't understand that.
Hey, look. Apparently, Democrats and liberals are accepting people. Apparently, obviously, in case they don't win an election, then that goes out the window.
And they're super non-accepting.
They're super violent. They're very violent. But anyway, enough of that.
Yeah, let's move this bullshit. We don't mean to bore you with politics.
We're going to recap UFC 205, the biggest.
You want to touch on boxing first?
Yeah, boxing first.
So we'll touch boxing first. So I avoided this to break in this fight on purpose because I don't really try to celebrate, cherry pickers.
Because I didn't give a shit. Yeah, that's why.
We had the WBO reigning champion, Danny Garcia, taking on Samuel Vasquez. He stopped him in the 7th. This was a cherry pick fight, a tune-up fight. You would say someone that Errol Spence took out the garbage like last year. So this was, and he's talking about how Errol Spence doesn't have anyone on his resume, but he's fighting Errol Spence leftovers.
He talked about Errol Spence hadn't fought anybody, and Errol Spence responded like on Twitter or something like, how have I not fought anybody? You're fighting bums already beat.
Yeah, a year ago, but he was prospect. He's a contender now, but excuse me, he was a prospect back then. But he needed what he get done. He got it out in Philly, his hometown. And then my boy Keith Thurman came in and said, pretty much said, what's up? They got the date set up for March. Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman. That's gonna be a good fucking
Keith
fight.
Thurman went. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be close. I think Keith Thurman's gonna piece his fucking ass.
I don't know, man. We're not gonna go into it, but Danny Garcia has a tendency to making it a tough fight for someone.
Wow.
For certain boxers. Obviously, unless you're fucking Lamont Peterson and
Let me rephrase what you just said. Danny Garcia has a tendency to make it a tough fight when he was clearly supposed to win that fight.
Well, I mean, he's clearly not supposed to win the Keith Thurman fight.
He's not going to win the Keith Thurman fight.
Well, I can agree with you.
Or the Mauricio Herrera fight.
Yeah, but I can agree with you. Those are supposed to be pick'em fights. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Thurman is a toss-up. I think Garcia is the kind of fighter that when he's backed into a corner, you see the real Garcia. And when he's not motivated, you get a fight like Mauricio Herrera or Lamont Peterson, someone that he thought they're going to run through, but they didn't. You know what I mean? So now I'm not saying I think Thurman is a better boxer, but Thurman is also not a great boxer. So I think he can run some trouble with Danny Garcia, especially if he takes that kind of slow, lingering, nasty kind of pace that Danny Garcia can put on you. And, it's a tough fight. It's not. I think Thurman can beat him. I think Thurman can hurt him, but again, it just depends on what kind of Danny Garcia shows up that night.
I think Thurman gonna have to beat up Danny and then beat up Angel.
But he beat up them both the same night. They had a little heated confrontation that night. It was pretty cool. Next up was
King Kong. He made him look like a little kid.
Yeah,
he made Danny Garcia look like a little kid. Little kid that just like dropped his ice cream cone and the dude didn't want to give him another one. That's what it looked like.
Danny Garcia doesn't look that intimidating. Honestly.
No, he doesn't.
He's like a pretty boy, green eyes. Like you're not intimidating at all, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
King Kong, talk about people that are intimidating. King Kong Ortiz took on Malik Scott this weekend.
That guy's a scary dude.
Yeah, that's a big motherfucker. He pretty much controlled the fight. Dropped Malik Scott, I think 3 times. They didn't count 2 of them. I thought they should have counted them, but again, I kind of skimmed through that fight. But King Kong Ortiz ended up getting the 12th round.
I want to see a fight between Ortiz and Brock Lesnar or Shane Carwin.
Shane Carwin. In a boxing match?
I don't care. I just want to see a fight. I don't give a fuck. It's a bar fight.
Match. I think a grappling match would.
They would easily win the grappling match.
But
I'm saying, like, if you just put King Kong Ortiz versus Shane Carwin.
Well, Shane Carwin had a boxing match before.
Yeah,
I think he had a pro boxing match. So, I don't know. Should be interesting.
That'd be a good fight.
That's opening a lot of doors. He just signed with what's his name, Eddie Hearn's promotional company. So
over there in England.
So now he has the top 2. Arguably the top 2 heavyweights in the division right now.
Talking about with Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua and does he promote Klitschko too?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I just thought you said top 2.
King Kong Ortiz and Anthony Joshua. Those 2 are now under that promotion. So things can set it up. Maybe they can fight each other. Maybe they can take on the 2 reigning over here. Deontay Wilder and even Shannon Briggs, man. I would like to see Shannon Briggs versus I'm sorry, what's his fucking name? Luis Ortiz. But Shannon Briggs is fighting for the vacant WBO belt. Ortiz? Yeah, I said Tito. Shannon Briggs is fighting for the bad boy. Yeah, Shannon. I'm fucking up right now.
Hey, man. For sure, get it right.
Shannon Briggs is fighting for the WBO vacant heavyweight title, the one that was vacated by what's his name? Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
He's going against Lucas Brown, so that's going to be a good fight. That should be, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks. So
I could see Shannon winning that.
Yeah.
Maybe setting up a fight with.
And that's a solid win too. That's a solid opponent. That's not a bum like the last guy he fought. So
we'll talk about that one later when it happens.
Yeah. So let's move on to 205.
Let's move on.
Let's run through hold on.
What's up? I wanted to touch on something too, real quick though. We got all hyped up. With UFC 205, which was apparently the best card of all time, even with the certain dropouts that they had that happened.
But I think those dropouts didn't really. I mean, come on, I wasn't that excited for Cowboy Gastelum.
No, I wasn't excited for Cowboy Gastelum, but I was excited for what's his name?
Rashad Kennedy?
Rashad versus Tim Kennedy, and I wanted to see Cowboy keep in the groove, but now it's even better because they probably set up Cowboy versus Matt Brown.
And they moved those fighters back into the 206 now. So 206 now looking like a pretty stacked card. Probably not 205, but pretty entertaining. You know what I mean? I think you have 2 title defense that night.
So real quick, before we move on to that, we also had Bellator this past weekend.
Yes.
We didn't touch on Bellator, but we had the main event was the champion Andrei Korshkov versus Douglas Lima. This was a rematch. Korshkov, we have seen him just be very, very impressive lately. Probably more famously, he probably picked apart and beat up Benson Henderson whenever Benson Henderson made his debut there. Well, this dude, Douglas Lima, comes out and knocks out Andrei Korshkov. So now they have a new 170-pound champion.
Oh, shit.
Just kind of wanted to briefly throw that in there. And then we'll move on to 205 now.
205. Let's get it on, baby.
Let's talk about the news that we had first. So comes up, Rashad Evans can't fight.
Yeah.
Medical
issues.
Yeah. Well, apparently they said he was fine, but the New York Athletic Commission did not want to let him fight, did not want to let him continue to fight. They said that he could have fought. But I guess New York, being as cautious as it was because they just legalized MMA, decided to pull that fight. Tim Kennedy wanted a replacement. Apparently they had a replacement for him and Cowboy, but the commission also denied those last minute replacements.
I mean, it's the first time they've done it, so they're working out the kinks.
They're getting their feet wet.
Because I think what's his name? Jacare weighed in, right?
Yeah, Jacare
he weighed in like at 189, so not too off for 185, but not bad for a last minute replacement.
Oh no, hell no. So I just want to throw that out there. So now Tim Kennedy's been pushed back. I think he's still going to fight Rashad. I'm not positive.
I think they may fight Rashad at 206, and Cowboy he's not going to fight Gaslam anymore. He might fight like a Mac Brown.
He will. I think they've announced.
I think that's pretty much set.
That's a better fight.
Oh, dude, that's a good fucking fight, dude. I like that fight. It's pretty much meaningless because Matt Brown's not. I mean, he's top 10, but you don't really. If Cowboy wins, you don't really get a good. I mean, it's a win, but it's nothing that's going to progress you because I think Gaslam's top 5. But that's a dog fight for both of them, dude. That's going to be a good one.
So let's touch on the main fights here. Jim Miller kicking off with the UFC 205 with the UFC Fight Pass prelims.
Yep.
Jim Miller beats Thiago Alves by decision.
Yeah, it's decision.
I called it. I don't want to say I called it, but I called it. Can't go against my boy Jim Miller. Dominated that fight.
He looked good. His stand-up looked good, man. You know, compared to Thiago, who's a fucking phenomenal Muay Thai striker. I just think that Jim Miller was able to put that pressure on him, keep him on the ground, and wear him out. Thiago's never been that great of a cardio machine, so if you can get out of that second round, then you're pretty much good. And a couple submission attempts, went for a takedown, but it sucks, man. Whatever happened to his weight? He was like 160, right?
Yeah, I think he was just coming in way overweight. I'm sure he had to give up a percentage of his purse.
Yeah, it was like 30%.
But I mean, he still lost the fight. So
yeah, oh well.
So moving on,
sucks for Thiago, man.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna really touch on these dudes as far as who I think they'll fight next because they're more of a. Besides Thiago Alves not knowing where he stood in the division, I think we all know where kind of Jim Miller stands in the division. Yeah. So no need to talk about that right now.
We're just gonna run through them too, just time wise.
So other fights, Vicente Luque, he won versus Bilal Muhammad, first round, TKO. These I'm just brushing up on. Tim Bosch, the powerful Tim Bosch. Round 1 knockout of Rafael Natal. And then moving on, these are all on Fox Sports 1. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Oh,
the Eagle.
The Russian assassin.
Versus Michael Johnson. We saw Khabib almost get knocked out by Michael Johnson.
He got hurt.
weathered the storm, then just literally imposed his will for the rest of the fight pretty much. That third round, he took him down. He was beating the shit out of Michael Johnson on the ground. Finally got, I think, Kimura. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was a Kimura or
almost snapped his fucking arm, too.
Yeah, it was nasty.
That shit was deep. I'm surprised fucking Michael Johnson didn't tap out earlier, dude. I would have tapped out. As soon as he grabbed my wrist, I would have been tapped out.
Yeah, as soon as I got taken down to the floor, I would have been like, nah, bitch,
I'm done.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
saying, dude, this is great. This is fun. Yeah, dude, fucking Khabib coming off of fucking, how many? That's 23 wins. He's 23-0. They need to make that Conor fight, man. I don't think it's gonna happen, but think about it. Conor versus Russia, and Russia Ireland versus Russia, and he made a good point saying, "Hey, man, Russia's twice the size of Ireland, and motherfuckers love me in Russia. Let's get the fucking." And UFC's trying to go to Russia, so let's get this title fight 155, Russia versus Ireland.
Yeah, for sure don't want to have it in Russia though.
Why not?
You seen the shit they pull with Fedor? They'll let someone die.
That's very true.
They'll let a Russian.
That is kind of sketchy, man.
Yeah,
hanging with you. Can you imagine Putin being at the fights? Putin's definitely comes to the fights.
They'll be like that, like just
every
time Conor moves.
Putin's definitely gonna be at the fight. That's gonna be crazy. But no, UFC saying they're like for sure they're going to Russia.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Especially with Donald Trump now. We love Russia. We love Putin.
Russia, they support Trump.
Yep. So moving on. So Nurmagomedov now. So just kind of touching on him real quick. He's undefeated in the UFC. He's undefeated in his career.
Period. Yeah.
Dude's a fucking monster at wrestling. Possibly the best wrestler in all of UFC. The only thing next literally is a title shot for him unless they make a match between him and Tony Ferguson. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now. I think that Khabib will fight Tony Ferguson in the near future. And that will be a title eliminator.
Yeah.
Because I think there's another matchup for Conor. But moving on.
We'll just leave it there.
We'll leave it at there. So the main event or the main fight for the Fox Sports 1 prelims was Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens.
This is the only one.
Picked Frankie.
I picked Frankie.
I picked Jimmy. And Jeremy, he had his way for a little bit where it looked like Frankie was about to get knocked out.
Again, he got him hurt early, and then but Frankie being Frankie just weathered the goddamn storm.
Yep.
That's nothing new, man. We've seen that shit plenty of times. Frankie get hurt, and he just figure a way out.
Yep. So he fought through. He basically controlled the rest of the rounds, won by decision. Man, this is a tough thing for me to find out what the hell the UFC is going to do next with Frankie.
145, man.
With Frankie.
Yeah, with Frankie, right?
You know, what do you do with a guy who nobody else in the division can beat? But he can't beat the champion. He's lost twice to the guy.
Yeah, and he lost. Yeah, I mean he's lost to
the interim champ.
Yeah, which is Aldo. I mean, do you really want to see Aldo Frankie 2?
3.
Is it 3?
3.
Really? They fought once before?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Shit. I mean, I don't even want to see that.
Yeah, he's gone 5 rounds both times with Aldo.
Yeah.
Lost both decisions. One, I thought the first one he probably won. But, in the record books, it's still 2-0.
Yeah.
So do we really want to see a guy going 2-0 against a guy for the third time?
I guess he could try to make a move to 155. I mean, Aldo can definitely make a move to 155, especially if he's chomping at the bit to get a fight with Conor McGregor. Hey, man, let's move it up.
Yeah, I think Frankie could go up. Now, I think Frankie can actually cut to another 10 pounds. I think he can go to 135 because he's a small 145er.
Yeah, he's a small 55. He's a small 45, and he'll be a huge 135.
Yeah, and I honestly think that he should drop down to 135, ask for an immediate title shot, and get the winner out of Dominic Cruz and what's his name?
Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt.
Well, I mean, now you're thinking. Now we're talking about TJ Dillashaw. He's fighting Lineker too. It's a hard argument not to say TJ Dillashaw if he doesn't beat Lineker, he didn't deserve a title shot.
Yeah, but which one's the money fight? It's Frankie Edgar versus Frankie Edgar, your former champion. TJ Dillashaw
is still also a former champion.
Yeah, but you're talking about Frankie Edgar, who fucked up Gray Maynard, who beat the brakes off of BJ Penn when BJ Penn was highly regarded.
Beat the fuck out of him. Who just beat Jeremy Stevens. I mean, he was a guy making noise in division.
Yeah.
So.
The fuck is that guy? So
Who the fuck is that guy, Stevenson?
so anyway, that's what I see with Frankie. I see him maybe dropping another 10 pounds, maybe having to go up because I don't know what he's going to do at the 145
that
division.
is a good look. Actually, Frankie dropping down another 10 and Aldo moving up another 5.
Yeah.
Another 10.
Yeah.
So, or Aldo can stay there and fight the winner out of Pettis versus Holloway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my boy Max Holloway still
so,
making noise.
Moving on.
So moving on to the first fight of the UFC Fight Night main card on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We had Misha Tate versus Raquel Pennington, and this was one-sided.
Yeah. It was
A
pretty much
one-sided
Raquel
jab
Pennington.
fest and a 1-2s all night long.
Yeah, dude, Raquel Pennington, she surprised me. She's a very underrated fighter, very talented. The way she picked apart, well, I mean, she outboxed. So Misha Tate's very good overall, well-rounded, good striking, great wrestling, good jiu-jitsu defense and offense, and she was able to stuff the takedowns and beat Misha Tate and Misha to the punch, and eventually got the third round decision, and Misha Tate let everyone know this is it, fucking dunsies.
Yeah. She said it was that fight that did it, so she announced her retirement. She says she's moving on. Sad to see her go, but I love to watch her walk away. I'm just saying.
So shout out to Misha Tate retiring, and best of luck. She's young. I think she's only 30 years old. She has a shitload of opportunities she can work on. She has a podcast now.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell anybody this, but the reason she stepped away is because she has to bear my children. I'm just saying.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, anyway. But, yeah, so good luck to her. Thank you for all the fights.
Now it puts up Raquel Pennington up there, man. She got a win over the former champion. Now
she's not quite there yet. But
you don't
she's
think so?
No, not quite yet.
Not after a win over, because she's been on like a 6-fight win streak. Something like that.
You're just making up numbers.
She probably made it up. I probably just made it up the top of my head. But she beat the former champion. Come on. Who just fought for the title, or fought to defend the title and lost. Come on, you see the shit to get out the pot. I say.
Is that what you say?
Especially with the 130.
Yeah, she's on a 4-fight win streak. Jessica Andrade, Beth Correa, Elizabeth Phillips, and Misha Tate. That's a heck of a resume.
Yeah.
Especially she had a split decision loss to Holly Holm.
Especially with the 135 division heating up. Set her up against Holly Holm, who's just coming off a loss. Yeah, she beats her, then hey, now she's up next for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. I could see another fight or so before she gets maybe a winner out of Ronda and Nunes.
Yeah. All right, so let's move it on. Who's up next?
Chris Weidman versus Yoel Romero.
This one broke my heart, man.
This one did break my heart too.
Broke my heart, dude. Fuck. You pretty much Weidman had his. Weidman had his way. First round, good wrestling, good striking, controlling the fight. Then Yoel Romero just
was able to take down
ragdolled Weidman, dude. Like he was pretty much able to catch him and toss him around. I definitely give the second round to Yoel Romero, but at the end it didn't fucking matter because Yoel Romero caught him with a fucking flying knee when a Weidman was trying to go for a double leg and took him out, man.
That knee was nasty too. You could hear it. You could hear it so plainly, just a slap.
And then the blood squirting out, like it was nasty, man. Going for the kill. When Yoel Romero got you hurt, you're fucking donezo. Just ask Tim Kennedy. And then
you see my boy Michael Bisping flicking him off, saying "fuck you" from the top.
Well, Michael Bisping was saying like, man, if Weidman wins, I'll give him a title shot. If Yoel Romero wins, he can go fuck himself. I would be the same way because
I think Mike Bisping, I'd be a little scared right now. If that monster.
But think about it. I mean, Yoel Romero, I give number credit to him. He won the fight fair and square, but he has his moment. He has his little moments where it's very questionable. You have Stoolgate where he didn't come off of a stool when he fought Tim Kennedy. Yep. You have the moment when he was popped for PEDs. Yep. He had a good alibi for it, but still he was performance enhancing drugs, suspended for 6 months. And even in this fight, even when entering the third round, when they poured all that water over him, and gave him another 20 seconds to get wiped down. Like that was another stall tactic. Like that like I know that shit.
Sketchy.
That shit's stall tactics. That shit that happens in wrestling, in the Olympic wrestling all the time. They do little things that to make the round stall a little bit out, you know. And for him, for a guy like Yo Romero, get another 10 to 15 seconds of rest. That's all he fucking needs. You know what I mean? So it's shit like that you know, it questions character and questions why does he really deserve a title shot.
Right. Well, I don't know who else there is at the 185-pound division.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you have Jacare gonna I guess that fight not happened, right? Jacare versus Rockhold.
Rockhold, no.
Fuck it, man. Rockhold versus Jacare too.
I'm down with that.
You know what I mean?
Jacare.
And then of course you have Tim Kennedy. If he can beat up, he can get a good win over Rashad Evans or vice versa. Maybe Rashad Evans in the picture now. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll see. So
we'll see for the 185
what's up. So Weidman, you were doing your thing. You just got caught. It happens. Broke my heart.
Broke my heart, man.
So moving on to the first of the 3 title fights. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. This was a fucking fight, these two chicks. These 2 Polish chicks had a Polish war.
Yeah.
Polish war.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk came out strong as always. She's always a fast starter. Pretty much making Carolina look like an amateur out there until about the mid-second round where Carolina started finding her rhythm, finding her pace. Finishing off being more aggressive and had Joanna hurt at one point with a nasty right hand. Had Joanna wobbling a little bit, put her against the cage, but Joanna being the fucking killer that she is, you know, regained her composure, came back, and ended up with the 4th and 5th round probably getting a little bit more control. Always finish like the way she was throwing her hands and mixing them up with kicks and always ending every combination with a kick. Kind of solidified, okay, she was winning that exchange. Even though Carolina was right there with her, the one who lands the last shot is typically the one that wins that exchange. So I can see they easily gave it Joanna a 5th round unanimous decision.
Yeah, and she caught her with, I can't remember if it was a left hook or something, a right hook or something.
It was a right hand.
That
Carolina?
just wobbled, that wobbled Joanna Jędrzejczyk and had her looking vulnerable for a minute. First time we've ever seen it. Obviously, everyone in the sport can be caught, and everyone is human.
Yeah.
So we saw her get caught. We saw her for in trouble. That's pretty much the only time that Carolina was able to really impose her will for a second. Other than that, she just got outclassed. Those combinations Joanna Jędrzejczyk threw were ridiculous, and she can keep up that pace like Manny Pacquiao at a senator meeting.
That make any goddamn sense.
I know, whatever.
All right, man.
So
moving on to the third title fight.
Yeah, the co-main event, which was fight of the night for the welterweight title between champion Tyrone Woodley versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Oh boy.
We saw for about 3 rounds. Pretty much, Stephen Thompson was able to make Tyrone Woodley backpedal, I would say. Keep him on the defensive. He was controlling the ring, making Tyrone use the back fence a lot.
Yeah, well, I know in the first round Tyrone had Wonderboy hurt.
Yeah,
dominated. I think he definitely gave round 1 to Woodley. Number 2, that's when Wonderboy started getting his footing a little bit. Finding the range back, and again, like you said, backing up Woodley against the cage, kind of working with the cage. Woodley got a couple of takedowns at that point. He got 1 takedown, but it was pretty dominant on the ground. And then the 3rd round was a big round. Fourth round. 4th round was a big round for Woodley, knocking down Wonderboy. I thought he was going to stop it too.
I think it's the 4th round. You may be right, but
I think it was 4th or 3rd, one of the two. Hurting him, but I remember in that, I think it was the 3rd round. That round, Wonderboy ended up getting his footing, taking down Woodley, and finishing with a grounded pound. So it's one of those situations where he got hurt early in the round, but ended up finishing the round strong.
Right.
So
Woodley ended up catching Wonder Boy with the huge right hand.
Yeah.
And just literally made his eyes roll back.
Yeah, you didn't know where the fuck he was at.
No, and he was literally stumbling all over the cage.
Yeah.
I thought it was about to get stopped. You know, if Woodley could have landed one or two more shots clean, he would have probably knocked him out.
Yeah.
So he's got him stumbling all over, and then he locks in a guillotine choke.
Yeah.
Takes it, pulls guard on it.
Yeah. That was surprising.
Yeah, and the squeeze, I'm gonna lie, the squeeze was fucking hard.
Dude, that was I thought it was sunk in.
Yeah, so it was.
But
I thought he was gonna go out and not tap. You know, but
somehow he fucking made it out, dude.
He made it out of there.
Yeah.
He ends up in his guard and he's throwing down bombs on Woodley. But Woodley from the bottom too landed about 3 or 4 hard shots.
He's a fucking goddamn gorilla.
Yeah,
he's Harambe's older brother.
Dang, hey, that's
is that racist? That's a little bit racist, right? I'm sorry. I apologize, Woodley.
Anyway,
I do apologize.
So he's he ends up on top. The crowd's going fucking nuts.
Yeah,
because it's a crazy ass round. Round 5 comes out. Stephen Thompson starts tagging Woodley. Woodley looks a little tired because his arms are kind of gassed. You know, so he starts tagging Woodley, looking good again. This fight. What they had some little mishap at the very end.
Yeah, had a little what's it called, Steve Harvey moment.
Yeah,
where they fucking announced. Well, not really, because they announced the winner was correct. Well, I guess the winner, or at least he retained title. Bruce Buffer was announced that it was a majority decision,
split decision.
No, majority decision.
He announced split decision,
which
really? To me was incorrect right off the bat.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. So giving it to Woodley, they changed it, saying the athletic commission saying no, it was supposed to be a majority draw,
right?
And it ended up being a majority draw.
Yeah, Woodley thought they were about to take his belt off.
Yeah,
Woodley was like, "No, fuck that."
Woodley is hostile. That dude's like,
he got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, that dude has a fucking chip on. Exactly. He's like, man, fuck everybody. Don't fucking tell me what to do. Harambe's not my older brother.
So now they're saying that there may be an immediate title shot, an immediate rematch for this fight.
I'm all about seeing a number, them do it again, but now they're saying McGregor Woodley.
I think McGregor needs to slow his roll a little bit. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan,
and I can't. And after last night's performance, it's hard. I mean, Saturday performance, hard to deny him, but not 170.
Yeah, he's a little too, because you're talking about Nate Diaz, who also kind of maybe drop. You're talking about Nate Diaz. You look at Nate Diaz next to Stephen Thompson or Tyrone Woodley. Nate Diaz is gonna look like a stick figure.
He's a shrimp.
You know. So Woodley, I think the immediate title match is Stephen Thompson.
Yeah,
I think it only makes sense unless you were to somehow get Robbie Lawler back in that picture. But it's also 170. Damian Maia's there. You're talking about Cowboy's coming up. Cowboy may be off of his win if he beats Matt Brown. Maybe he's in the title picture now.
Yeah.
For sure, don't get kicked in the liver though, because that always go down. Anyway,
Wonder Boy.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. This division's a little muddy right now.
He surprised me, man. Woodley surprised me. I didn't think he was gonna make it out of that kind of arsenal of Wonder Boy, but he showed a lot of heart. He showed why he's a champion. Right. So, moving it on.
Stephen Thompson needs to get whoever Conor McGregor's takedown defense coach is. Get that dude, because Conor McGregor went from no takedown defense to goddamn Eddie Alvarez cannot take this dude down.
Well, I mean, Eddie Alvarez is not the takedown monster a lot of people think he is.
But Eddie Alvarez is much more of a takedown monster than Conor McGregor is. Or Conor McGregor is, as far as we knew, defending it.
But I would think the better comparison is Eddie Alvarez, compared to Chad Mendes, who goes for a takedown. He's heavy,
right?
Olympic wrestling background. I mean, not Olympic, but a college wrestling background,
right? Which
I don't think Eddie really had. I don't think he even.
No, he's just a high school wrestler,
just high school wrestler, I think. Which is still pretty impressive. But when it comes to collegiate level, then you're talking about a whole different level.
Oh yeah,
but
and then from that to Olympic, you're talking about.
Oh fuck! I guess we're moving it on to the main event, to the fucking granddaddy of them all, talking about the history.
Where's my fucking belt?
Trendsetter? Where's my fucking belt at?
Cheap motherfuckers.
I think there's a speech showing for me.
I'd like to apologize to Fucking
Absolutely no one. Dude's a goddamn savage, man. That was a great fucking post fight interview, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. So we had Eddie Alvarez, 155-pound champ, putting his title on the line versus Conor McGregor, the 145-pound champ, who was not putting his 45-pound belt on the line. This is for the 155 belt.
Yeah.
So we had Eddie Alvarez come in. Conor McGregor from the get-go. This is what I saw. I saw Conor McGregor. Eddie Alvarez come out with some few leg kicks that were on the money. Don't know why he didn't continue it.
Yeah.
They were, Conor stands very, very heavy on his feet. Yeah. You know what I mean? What I saw basically is after that, Conor McGregor pretty much showed his precision in his punches, his speed in his punches, and his ability to dictate and judge how much space he needs. And he was able to he hit like a minute into the fight. He hits Eddie Alvarez with a huge left hand.
Yeah.
Doesn't look that hard to us because the way he throws it, it just kind of looks like he just kind of throws it out there, but it landed flush as shit.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of power. We already know it. We already saw that he had power at the 145-pound level. He was knocking these bitches out. Now he's at the 155-pound level, knocking these bitches out.
Yeah.
He knocked him down, knocked Eddie Alvarez down 3 times in that round. Could have been a 10-8 round.
Yeah. I think it's definitely a 10-8 round.
Yeah. So second, we don't see many in MMA though. That's why I say it could have been a 10-8 round. Second round comes out. McGregor's already again posing his will. Eddie Alvarez goes for a few takedowns and stuff. McGregor gets him off of him. McGregor looked huge compared to Eddie Alvarez.
Well, yeah, that, and I think at that point, Eddie Alvarez was already fucking on Queer Street. I mean, you get dropped 3 times in a round and going for a shot. I kind of saw Eddie in desperation mode already.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like I'm gonna go for it, but he didn't commit to it. I didn't think, and then that's why Conor was able to stuff it so well because I think he had and no disrespect to Eddie Alvarez, I think Conor had already broken him at that point.
He broke him off that first left.
Yeah, I think the first couple of left hands that he dropped him with, I think Eddie was broke. He's like, oh shit, I've never seen this kind of guy with this speed, this kind of accuracy, this kind of power pop me in the face. And
the thing with Conor though, we see him basically, he's almost like a counter puncher. He stands in front of you and he lets you throw something like a lazy jab, a lazy straight, and he basically just scoots his head back, and then that left hook or left straight comes right over the top.
Yeah,
of his
I mean,
punch.
you see, I mean, Conor's, he's kind of tall, not really that tall. He's deceptively tall, I would say. He has the length of his arms are very long. That can reach you, and you'll be surprised what that length is of his arms. So, I think people think that he's shorter than he is, and when you think you're clear from the striking zone, you're not. He pops you right at the end of that punch, just enough to generate that power, and boom, you're out, man. Yeah. So
that's exactly what we saw too.
I don't think Eddie was ever in the fight. It's hard to say that because Eddie was a champion, but I don't think he was mentally broke. I don't think the mind games played any part to it. I thought the physical attributes of Conor, his power, his skill, his precision, his ring control, and what I saw him try to do was trying to box Conor. Like, oh no, you're not boxing him. No, you shoot for takedown. You take a couple kicks and you shoot for the takedown. That's it. But he was trying to slug with him and then eventually cost him the fight. And then in the middle of the second, and he was fighting a fucking swarm of bees. Fucking irons flying everywhere. That's how fucking crazy his fucking striking is.
Recapping that last flurry that McGregor threw. So Eddie Alvarez throws like a lazy right jab. Yeah. He kind of leaves it out there. Yeah. Almost left it out there like Kirkland versus Canelo. Yeah. Canelo just uppercutted his ass anyway. Because Canelo's the best of all time. Yeah, whatever. Well, Conor comes over, left straight, right hook, left straight, right hook on the way down. All on the button. All
connected. Every single shot connected.
He drops him.
That shit's crazy.
Eddie Alvarez puts his feet up. He's pretty much already dazed. He's probably already knocked out.
He did and Conor did like an Anderson Silva thing when he fought Forrest Griffin. Kind of he shot in, But he didn't go. He didn't rush in. He kind of picked the shot, threw that left hand down the middle, and popped it one more time.
Yep.
And at that point, that's all he needed.
Yep.
You know, he went for a couple hammer fists, but at that point, the fight was over.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of fucking precision he has, the kind of patience Conor McGregor has. Like most people, you drop him, he's gonna jump all over him. Since sometimes they scramble, if they get a leg, they get a takedown. You know, with Eddie, he has great wrestling, but Conor kind of eased into it quickly. But he eased into it.
Assessed the
left
situation.
shot. Down the middle, just enough to knock Eddie's head back one more time. Referee called it off.
Yep.
It was a great. I think it was a good stoppage.
It was a very good stoppage.
I thought I first only saw the second round. I thought it was an early stoppage.
For sure, they should have stopped that Weidman Romero fight.
Yeah, that was bad. I thought it was an early stoppage at first when I first saw the fight, it was on the second round. So they should have stopped it. Eddie could have probably scrambled, but no. After I saw the first round, I saw how much damage he had took already. Like that's over, man. You don't need to be taking more damage than that. So
now we're talking about Conor McGregor makes history.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor is the first UFC fighter of all time to hold 2 belts at the same time. Granted, he hasn't defended one in a while. He's been busy with other money fights with Diaz and stuff like that. Where I think he goes from here is I think he gives up his 145-pound belt.
Have to. You made history.
He made history.
We get the point. Yeah, we
take
get the point.
your pictures. Give that belt up. You're done with that belt. Yeah, I don't think there's no way he can make 145 pounds without killing himself. This is where I was going up with this next fight. So I think Khabib versus Tony Ferguson is going to happen. What I see next for Conor is literally a fight with Nate Diaz for the 155-pound belt.
Yeah.
Or either Aldo coming up to fight him.
At 55.
Or Edgar coming up to fight him. I can see them making those fights, especially the Edgar one or the Aldo one.
Well, Conor McGregor at the end of the fight announced that, first of all, congratulations, he's having a baby. Him and his longtime girlfriend of 8 years are having a baby, so congrats to him. But also that he's saying that he wants to take a little time off. Right. How much time off is time? I mean, he's fought, 3-4 times? I think 3 times.
He's the busiest fighter, like he says.
He's the busiest fighter, and you can't discredit him for that. So he said he wants to take some time off. First of all, enjoy the birth of his son. I think it's a boy. And he also says, I want to renegotiate my contract, and I want some shares in this motherfucking $4 billion company. Because if I don't get that shit, I ain't fighting again. And he has every right to do it, man. Because what he fucking put off in MSG on 205 is fucking historic, man. Historic, right. Definitely.
Exactly.
He's gonna that performance alone is gonna make him one of the greatest of all time in the itself, MMA and UFC and MMA period.
Right. I mean, some people are saying best fighter of all time, boxing or MMA. I'm just saying. No,
some people are stupid.
Yeah. So now we're talking about Conor McGregor. Obviously, we spend a lot of time talking about these fighters who bring a lot of attention to the sport and have backed up, like Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, even. We spent a lot of time talking about him, though.
Definitely not that.
So, with this being said, kind of a thing, this whole McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather got revived as far as happening.
Yeah.
And Floyd Mayweather said, quote, something like...
Mayweather just loves staying irrelevant.
Yeah. And he said something like, elephants don't fight with ants or something like that. Bless you.
Thank you.
So, basically... He was saying that, he's the elephant in the room. McGregor's too small for him yet, which honestly, even in a boxing fight, I think Floyd wins, but I don't think it's as, I think it would be, if we're judging this on a 12-round fight, I can see this being a 12-round fight.
I mean, definitely, I don't think if they do have a boxing match, I think Conor McGregor has that puncher's chance. But that being said, there are different flaws inside of Eddie and inside of McGregor's technique.
Oh, absolutely.
That Mayweather can easily exploit. First of all, his stance is way too wide for boxing. He's gonna get caught with a short left hook and get dropped. Not because he's hurt, because his footing is not gonna be there. So he has to work on that. His power is there, but to rely all on his power is gonna be very, very tricky, especially in a guy like Mayweather who is gonna see that punch coming from a mile away. But yeah, I can definitely see him fighting for 12 rounds. I don't see Mayweather stopping him.
Now, if you put this in an MMA fight, this doesn't go one round. This doesn't go probably 3 minutes.
I mean, and it's just apples to oranges, man. It's just like you can't compare it to.
Right.
You can compare one because there's one single aspect of MMA that can translate to boxing, but that's it. And But again,
so moving
arguably, who real quick, who you think is a bigger star, Mayweather or Conor McGregor?
I'm gonna say I think the bigger star is Conor McGregor, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you take boxing back at 30 years, at this stage in the sport of MMA where boxing was, there's no way to compare that boxing had a bigger star than Conor McGregor. Maybe boxing's been around a long time. I mean, so the pay-per-view game hasn't been around a long time.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger star right now, you're talking about a guy who tweeted that he retired and he got more tweets than any other
than Kobe Bryant retirement tweet.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think Conor McGregor is a bigger star, but I think that Mayweather is still the bigger cash cow.
Oh, absolutely.
By far.
You can't argue it.
You can't argue. I mean, the accomplishments, pay-per-view buys, the money he's made in one night,
right?
It makes it literally it's like an elephant compared to an ant,
right?
But what we have with McGregor is we have an excitement factor,
right?
When people I enjoyed Mayweather. I love seeing Mayweather fight because of the artwork, because of the art. I mean, I knew coming to the fight.
Say the sweet
he's
science.
not gonna.
I'm about to punch you in the face if you say the sweet science.
The sweet science, baby, because the sweet science. Because this is a hit and don't get hit, and Mayweather was a king of it.
Yeah.
But when they saw Mayweather fight, when people bought his pay-per-views, they didn't buy it to watch Mayweather win. They bought it to watch Mayweather Mayweather lose.
Now, speaking of those differences, what's the difference between Conor McGregor and why is Conor McGregor so liked and Floyd Mayweather's not? This is my theory. Conor McGregor talks shit probably worse than Floyd Mayweather ever did.
Yeah.
He talks a lot of shit.
He's
flashy.
He's more flamboyant, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. He cusses out the ass. He don't give a shit. He will show up late to every press
I don't know, man.
Not even
you remember this? You remember fucking Mayweather versus De La Hoya? Dude, Mayweather was talking so much shit, too. That was prime Mayweather right there.
Look at all the why do we like Conor McGregor and he talks shit, and we don't like Floyd Mayweather because he talks shit? This is my theory on it.
Racism.
Racism. No.
Come on, that has to do a little bit, dude. No, it doesn't. A little bit with something. Yes, it does.
Excuse me, sir. You vote for Hillary?
Excuse me, sir.
You vote for Hillary?
This is Trump's America now. So please back off.
I think what it has to do with a few things. I think it has to do with Conor McGregor outside of the public or outside of the eye of the camera. Always you look at all the footage they have of him in the background, or in like the embedded videos and stuff like that. He's always real cool to the fans. You know what I mean? He's always signing stuff for people, going to excess and beyond, signing shit for people. I also think Conor McGregor not beating up on a woman has something to do with it, and respecting his old lady. Yeah. So
that's racist, man.
What?
You're so racist, man. Just because he's black. Just because my boy Mayweather's black.
God dang it.
And he likes beating up.
You're the one that compared who to Harambe?
Yeah, that's kind of racist.
No,
I'm playing. Racist. No, I mean, you have to play. You have to put all your cards on the table.
Absolutely.
I think people enjoy McGregor because he talks the talk and walks the walk. He says he's gonna knock you out. He knocks you out. Mayweather can say that, but no one really believes him. The only person you're gonna go out there and go and fucking box the shit out of him and do what you do great, and that's what you do, and that's your attribute, and that's what you prove, and that attention draw. He's the first to do it in boxing. He's into the entertainment world and bring that kind of numbers out, but when it comes to excitement in a fight, you don't really get that with a Mayweather fight. You get that excitement, you get that hype for a Conor McGregor fight. Right, and that's another thing. It's and of course, Conor McGregor is a couple shades north of that dark skin tone.
Okay.
Yeah. All due aside, I honestly do believe that has to do has to do something with it.
Okay.
I do believe that.
I don't.
As much as I don't want to think people think that way, I do think that has to do some kind of You know, it's think about the Andre Ward. A lot of people discredit Andre Ward for being the greatest, one of the best boxers out there, but no one gives him credit. They say, "Oh, Kovalev's the best one."
Yeah,
but Kovalev has done little to prove that. We're about to find out, dog. About to see if Mimo's a racist. I love bringing the race card into this. Fucking so fun.
But now you're talking about the excitement in the fights, and it's true though, because you know how many times do you hear from Floyd Mayweather, "I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna knock him out." Yeah. And we get 12 rounds of nothing.
Unless you're Tito Ortiz.
Unless you're Tito or Victor Ortiz.
Yeah, Victor Ortiz.
Victor Ortiz, and you happen to be hugging and kissing and not looking at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the only time Ricky Hatton? Was that a knockout?
Ricky Hatton around TKO. That was a punishment. Yeah. That was a great shot too.
Yeah, but it happens not, and what people tune into for Mayweather, like you said, is to see a lot of people tune in to see the craft, and a lot of people tune in to see him lose. Yeah. There's really no in between. Everyone tunes into the Conor McGregor because of the drama, the excitement,
the hype behind
something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and they want to see what it's gonna.
He's gonna go out in a shield, or he's gonna knock you fuck out. So that's the great thing. But yeah, speaking of that, I think the most logical is him and Nate Diaz. As much as I don't really want to see the fight, I think he beats Nate Diaz again, unless Nate Diaz decides to get his shit together and defend learn how to defend kicks. I don't really not too interested in that fight, but I can see how everyone wants to see that fight again. Number 3.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Yeah, let's move on to the motherfucking big fight this weekend. We have Clarissa Shields, the 2-time women Olympia boxer. She's making her debut under the Andre Ward card, so keep a lookout for that.
Yeah, shout out to her.
So, but the main card the main fight is obviously Andre Ward versus Crusher.
Sergey Kovalev. So this is the fight that HBO said, "Hey, fuck you, Pacquiao." Yeah. By the way, they only sold 300,000.
Oh, God, this is bad.
So they said, "Fuck you, Pacquiao," and Jesse Vargas.
Any numbers on UFC yet?
No, but there's already saying it broke the 1.65 million.
Okay. I don't think it breaks 2.
I think it breaks 2, and it apparently pulled in 17 million at the gate.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna
Kovalev Ward. Huge fight.
Break it down. The beat down breakdown. Let's go.
Beat down breakdown. The best fight in boxing besides Canelo versus GGG. This is it right here.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe even now the third best fight in that area because
we have a lot of fights coming up. Yeah, that's a good fight too.
That's a badass fight. Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward. Andre Ward was a 168-pound champion going up to 175 light heavyweight to fight Sergey Kovalev.
Who's been dominating that reign for the past 5 years?
Donna Stevenson ran away from him.
Yeah.
And Donna Stevenson has liked our posts, but he still ran away.
Yeah. Dante, get
by the way, shout out to CM Punk because he liked one of our posts.
Yeah, CM Punk already. Yeah, Brooks. We coming up.
You're my favorite fighter. We on the come up,
dog. We on the come up.
You're my favorite fighter now.
Real quick. For sure you did good when we gave me to go,
I didn't talk no shit. That was all Marco.
All right. So what we got?
So Kovalev versus Ward. I'm gonna take Kovalev by decision.
By decision.
Yeah.
Really, not by TKO.
No, I don't know if he could. I don't know if he can connect enough on Andre Ward.
Yeah.
To knock him out.
I got Andre Ward. Here's why I got Andre Ward. I think he's obviously the better boxer. He's better
easily
ring generalship. He knows how he's technical. He knows how to move. You haven't seen him get hurt. You haven't seen him get hit that often. In his younger days, he was when he was a little bit younger. But I think Kovalev is gonna have trouble with Andre Ward's jab and his quickness and his feet work. And I think he's gonna have his moments in the fight where he can probably hurt Andre Ward. But I think Andre Ward gets a easy 12th round unanimous decision. Really? It's hard to beat that formula. It's hard to find a boxer that can beat that formula. You're not gonna outbox him. Yeah, you can have a puncher's chance, but so does everyone else in boxing.
Right.
And no one's seen that kind of vulnerability from Andre Ward. So that's the equation Kovalev has to solve, and I don't think he has that kind of skill level.
Well, if he don't have it yet, he's older, so he ain't gonna get.
No, I'm saying not yet. I'm saying he just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Not against a better, craftier fighter than Andre Ward. So I got Ward. Mimo got Kovalev. Both 12th round decisions. So
I just want to see a fight. That's
please stay tuned to this fight, guys. Please watch this fight. This fight's
on HBO pay-per-view.
HBO pay-per-view. If you have money, buy that shit. If not, just watch it and support it, man. Because this is one of the biggest fights in boxing for this year.
Yep, I agree.
So,
real quick, let's touch it because we're running out of time. Marco's got a
I got a gig going.
So we also have 2 UFCs this weekend, both on the same day, both in different countries. We'll go ahead and start off with UFC Fight Pass. Probably no one's gonna watch this because it's on Fight Pass. Fight Night 99, Mousasi versus Uriah Hall.
That's gonna be on Fight Pass. That's the one I want to see too.
Uriah Hall versus Gegard Mousasi rematch. The first one I thought Uriah Hall probably got lucky.
Yeah.
Ended the fight. I'm taking Gegard in the rematch here. And the reason why is I don't know what Uriah Hall is going to show up. Sometimes I got a Uriah Hall who looks like a fucking world beater. Sometimes I got a Uriah Hall who don't show up and looks like Eddie Alvarez round 2.
Yeah.
You know?
How dare you, sir? How dare you? He's a champion. Or was a champion. I got Gegard Mousasi too, and pretty much the exact same reason. I don't know what kind of Uriah Hall is showing up. I don't think he got. I don't think he got lucky, but I think he was just on that night. And again, if you get an off night with Uriah Hall, then you get an off night, and you see why he's not beating the top 10, top 5 contenders. You know,
so I'm like a Brandon Thatch.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Where
very,
like,
very, very
just
inconsistent.
Beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
But you don't.
But I got Gegard Mousasi won that fight, probably unanimous decision.
I'm gonna take Gegard Mousasi by submission round 2.
I can see that.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
The other one is going to be on Fox Sports 1. Starts at 8. Good fights, actually, from Brazil. Just kind of tell y'all some people that are
very
on
good
here.
Jiu-jitsu. Very good.
Is that the
very
the
good
Brazil?
Jiu-jitsu.
Edgy, bruh.
Edgy, bruh.
Edgy, bruh.
Shout out to Edgy,
no
Bravo.
submish.
Musha.
So a few of the fights. So a few of the guys. Christoph Jotko, don't know who that is. I'm gonna be honest. Versus Thales Leites, fighting on this card. Thales Leites, veteran,
always a fucking veteran.
Submission
always
artist.
Game. Yep.
I'm taking Leites.
Leites, I almost take Leites probably second round submission.
First round submission for me.
Oh shit.
We got our girl.
You got a girl? Oh, Claudia Gadelha.
Claudia Gadelha versus Courtney Casey.
My girl.
Don't know who Courtney Casey is. However, I am taking Claudia Gadelha by
I got a Gadelha.
TKO stoppage, 3rd round.
I'm gonna go miss decision.
Okay.
3rd round.
And Thomas Almeida, Albert Morales.
God damn it, Almeida. What happened, man? You failed me versus Garbrandt. But I'm gonna pick you one more time. Don't fail me again.
He didn't fail me because I picked Cody.
Yeah,
Garbrandt.
you picked Cody Garbrandt.
But I'm gonna take Thomas Almeida on this one.
Yeah, I'll take Thomas Almeida. Hopefully, he can get back in the top 10. Is he top? Where's he ranked?
I don't know.
Right,
I don't have that pulled up. Thomas Almeida, first round KO.
All right, cool. Moving on.
And then the main event, Ryan Bader versus Little Nog, Antonio Rogerio Nogueira.
Ryan Bader knocks him out 1st round.
I agree.
All
I
right.
agree. I think that chin's had too much wear and tear for Little Nog. Both Nogs, honestly.
I don't know. They're in Brazil, so who fucking knows?
The only Nog that I like is eggnog.
Christmas time's coming
Christmas
up.
time.
Guys, thank you so much for stopping by.
No current events. Only current events. Pacquiao's numbers suck. UFC's about to break records.
Yes.
Check it out. Big fights coming up. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in to the Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward fight.
Please do.
We got to get going. It's the Beatdown Podcast. This is it.
See
you bitches later.
We are bitches.